We can never fathom or imagine where our help is going to come from. Clearly, it's from God, but we can never know the people He's going to use, the platforms He's going to use, the strategy He's going to use. It is all upon Him. In this video, I'm going to share how God led me to my dream job. If you're watching this video, chances are you are currently looking for a job. You fasted, you have prayed, you have dropped CVs, but seems like nothing is working and you're looking for some bit of motivation and encouragement not to kill yourself. Not to give up. This probably should have been the very first video on my YouTube channel. Regardless, I thank God for the grace that I'm finally sharing. It was 2023 in December. I had just moved to Dubai, where my husband was living, and he never got back home in 3 years. So I felt like moving to Dubai would be the solution that we needed to make our marriage work. Reaching there, literally wanted nothing to do with the marriage. I was in between going back home or staying and looking for a job, but I only had 2 months to make that happen. No, don't be scared. I wasn't homeless because my big sister was living in the same area, so I moved in with her. Why am I sharing this? It's because sometimes we feel like our lives are the worst because we don't know what's happening on the other side. When you are praying for bread for tomorrow, I want you to know that there is somebody out there praying for bread for today. They don't know what they're going to eat. I want you to look at all the beautiful things that are happening well for you, not to let looking for a job overwhelm you, as much as I know how important it is. Back to the testimony. So during that mess, during that period, I was stressed, I was heartbroken, I was literally going crazy. But I would wake up every single morning at 5 a.m., drop over 20 CVs, and nobody was calling me. All the emails that I was receiving, there were regret to inform you, regret to inform you. Like, I was so used to that whenever I was opening up my email, I knew it was the message in it. When I was looking for jobs, I swore to myself that I wasn't going into a job that had commission, that was of a commission base. Because of my situation, I was trying my best to avoid sales jobs. But like I told you, the clock was ticking. I only had 2 months to either go back home to the life that I had or to start a new life here for me and for my kids. Because time was running so fast, I decided to start applying for insurance jobs. And the only email that I received inviting me for a job was an insurance company. I was like, God, I don't want this, but if this is what you have for me, let me go. I went, I did an interview, and I passed. So I had 1 week to do training, but I wasn't happy. Imagine during the first week of training, the guy who was supposed to be my manager asked me to stand up. He said, Teddy, I want you to do an exercise right now, stand up. So I stood up. He said, I want you to look in the entire office. It is these modern offices where you can see every person in the office because it's open. He said, do you see anybody of your color? I said, no. He said, this company has never hired any African in this department. So you have the key for all other Africans who want to work with such a company. Your performance here is going to determine if we are hiring other African people or you are the last. Are you willing to take up the challenge? You know, I kept quiet, and in my head I was like, dude, if only you know that I'm trying my best not to go crazy because of everything that is happening in my life right now, you wouldn't be messing with me, like, I was like, I would go back home and pray and tell God, you let the devil take my husband. The least you can do is to give me a job that I can be peaceful at. I'm not happy here. And I kept on applying. So these people said, we are going to put on hold making your residence visa because we want you to prove to us that you are really on your A game, you know. I was like, cool. To consider yourself that you have a job here in the United Arab Emirates, it needs to have made a visa for you, insurance for you, like you need to have signed a contract, but I had not done all that. One of my friends reached out during that season when I had already started training. He said, "Hi Teddy, my wife said you're in the country. Why didn't you tell me that you're here?" I was like, "I'm sorry, but yeah, I'm here and I'm looking for a job." He's like, "Unfortunately, you know what? I have a project that I'm starting up and I hired the people that I need to work with. I wish I knew earlier." You know, I felt so bad. I was like, "See, this is the devil." Like, I felt like nothing was working out for me. And then he's like, "Okay, if I hear about anything, I'll get back to you." I said, "Cool." I continued with my training. Mark you, we had 2 months and now it's just 2 weeks. During the second week, he calls me. I couldn't pick because I was in a meeting. He drops me a message. He's like, "Teddy, call me immediately. It's urgent." I ran out. I called him. I'm like, "What's up?" He said, "You know what, Teddy? The people that I hired for my project, looks like the client doesn't want them. The description of the person that he needs for this position, the skills, the expertise, like the way he described everything, I feel like it is you for this job." I'm like, "What?" He said, "Teddy, send me your CV right now. If it passes the criteria, they're going to get back to you." So I sent my CV immediately because it was ready, and the next day I received an email from the HR for a virtual interview. So during the virtual interview, I spoke to the HR and I told her that I had only 1 week left on my visa. She said, "If you are the candidate that we need for this job, you don't have to worry about anything. We shall get all that sorted." You guys, hey, I went back into prayer. I said, God, if you don't help me, nobody is going to help me. Nobody will. God, you're all that I have. You are my father. You are my mother. You're my husband. You're my everything. I said, God, help me. Because you guys, first of all, my friend had told me the package of the job. The job was giving me twice of the salary that I would get in this insurance company without the commissions. It was making my visa, it was giving me the medical insurance, and I could put my kids on the visa. It was everything that I needed even before I started working at it. So I was scheduled for an interview, a physical interview. I'm trying to be fast because I don't want this video to be so long. Going for the physical interview, you guys, I met over 20 candidates. In my head, I thought it was only me going for the interview, and seeing these people, I felt so intimidated. I thought it was only me. I mean, look at these people, look at how good they look at how smart they are. And interacting with them, seriously, they all had everything it took to get this job, but they only needed one candidate. There is this specific lady that I spoke to. I was like, "You know what? If I was hiring, I would definitely hire you." And she said the same to me. But I laughed it off because I felt like she was just trying to console me. And going back home, I tell you, that night was the saddest night of my life. I was like, God, clearly, if it's not you, I cannot get this job. If I get this job, I would know it is you, because I don't have what it takes compared to all the people that are there. Not in terms of looks, not in terms of academics, not in terms of skills. Lord, I know there's so many people better than me, and let your will be done. I had already spoke to my insurance manager previously where I was doing training that I needed a week to think about this, to think about the offer and everything that comes with it. They gave me a week. So during that week, it's when everything was falling into place in this other company where I happen to be working right now. I could hardly sleep, I had stress. I would cry in the night, so I was sleeping in the morning around 10 o'clock. This time I'm tired of dropping CVs. I'm just like, God, do what best you can do. Before I even go any further, if you're watching this far, oh my God, I'm so happy that you are watching, and I promise you, you're gonna be glad that you have clicked on this video. And by the way, drop a prayer emoji so I can pray for you, because I know where you are at, because I have been there myself. So that morning I received a call. It's like, oh, is this Teddy? I'm like, yeah. Like, I'm so and so HR of this company. I have news for you. I'm like, yes, ma'am. She said, congratulations, you got that job. I'm like, what? You say, congratulations, you got. I'm like, what? It feels like yesterday. You guys, I cried. This time, not tears of sadness, but tears of joy. Finally, God had remembered. It reminded me of Sarah. They said when the angel told her that she would get a child, she wouldn't believe. But when she became pregnant, she laughed and said, God has made me laugh. Like that God had made Sarah laugh, literally visited me that day. And they sent me my offer, and looking at the offer, with that much salary that I didn't expect, with those much benefits that I didn't expect, I couldn't help but only give the glory back to God. If you are watching this video, I know you have prayed, you have fasted, you have dropped CVs, and you've literally done everything in your power. If there is anything that you can take away from this video, there are 3 things. 1, you are not in the situation by coincidence or by surprise. Your situation hasn't caught God off guard. God knew you would be there. God knew it would happen to you. But you know, we serve a God who is famous of turning whatever the devil meant for evil for your good. Right now, it might not make sense, but I'm telling you, it will make sense in the right time. You will look around and see that God all along knew what he was doing. Those people putting me on pending not to make my visa, telling me how I needed to prove a point first, it was all God planning so that they wouldn't make my visa, so it could interrupt these people where I wanted to work and where I work currently. The second thing that I want you to take away from this video is that we can never fathom or imagine where our help is going to come from. Clearly it's from God, but we can never know the people he's going to use, the platforms he's going to use, the strategy he's going to use. It is all upon him, because this friend of mine, of all people, I never knew that I would get a job through his connection. Because how? It didn't make sense. I mean, I never thought in a million ways, and I didn't even tell him I came. Oh my God, how God uses people. God used his wife to tell him that I was here. I didn't even tell him that I was here. So God knows best what he's supposed to do to get you out of there. If you are praying, if you are fasting, and if you are dropping your CV, do not give up, because in the right time, God is going to make it happen. The third thing that I want you to take away from this video is that God is willing to do exceedingly, abundantly, above all that we can ask or imagine. I have seen that with my own eyes. I have seen God walk on feet for me. I have seen God. I've always had people speak about, but this moment where I got this job, not just a job, but my dream job, it was God. This job not only pays me double of what I was supposed to be paid in the company that I've gotten, but has given me freedom of time. It is at this job that I was able to do my diploma in digital marketing. At this job that I'm able to do things, to develop my skills in content creation, in public speaking, graphic design. I don't even know what to tell you guys. What you think is your dream in a particular season will be different in a different season, because as much as it was my dream job then, I feel like I have outgrown it with a lot of gratitude, and now I am believing God for something else that can enable me be a full-time mom to my kids and at the same time make money. I want you to know that you're not alone in this. I want you to know that God got you, and the Lord who has led you to this video wants to encourage you that if He did it for me, He can do it for you. I hope this video helps, and if it does, I have a bunch of other videos, more of Christian motivation, about different aspects of life, relationships, about finances, about how to trust God in hard seasons, and they will be of help to you. If you enjoyed this video, would you please do me a favor and hit the like button and subscribe so the algorithm can push it to so many other people that could be interested in it. Thanks for watching, and I wish you the very best in your job search, and trust me, one day we are going to be watching your testimony like you are watching mine. God bless you. Bye bye.